Welcome to the Jeff
and the Bonch
Show.
Week 8, believe it or not.
Week 8. That's so weird.
Crazy, right?
We're almost half. We're 8/17
Yes.
through the regular
We
season.
had a couple week hiatus due to scheduling conflicts and everything, but
Yeah.
we're back right at you. Here we are. No, you missed us.
That's right.
It's time for Perfect Picks.
Our picks are pretty good.
And there's the thing about this week is we've had these marquee matchups for a few weeks.
These games stink.
I was trying to be nicer about it, but
How
there's
about
not a
these
game
games?
I'm really excited for.
49ers at Jags. Isn't that the London game? Is that in
Yes,
London?
that's
right?
London.
Enjoy. That's a treat. They already got what? Vikings.
They got Vikings Steelers with neither team having a win.
Wow.
And now they get 49ers and the Jags.
Ugh. Disgusting. They shouldn't have football there anyway. It's just
Well, that's a
different story.
You know we're getting more games there next year now?
It's ridiculous.
Anyway.
What's next?
There's not a game I'm in love with. Like, I'm really excited to watch this week. There's a couple that are decent.
There's two good games.
Yeah, I saw two as well.
And those are Cowboys at Lions.
That's one.
And Jets at Bengals.
That's the second one.
That's the two games that are worth watching. Everything else stinks.
Yeah.
They're either games between two really bad teams or games between a team that's just going to crush the other team.
And Jets is Bengals. I think the Jets had a very big win on Sunday. I really don't expect them to go into Cincinnati and beat a team that's on a roll right now. They won 3 in a row.
They could. I mean, this is...
Is it 4 in a row for the Bengals?
No.
3 in a row, right? They were 2-1, lost to the Browns, then won 3 in a row.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But,
Doesn't matter.
like,
this is a very telling game for both of these teams.
Well, you look at the AFC right now.
Very telling.
And we're going to get into this more next week when I have our midseason preview. But with the AFC is you have your 5 teams probably that are going to make the playoffs. I would say there's 5 locks. Patriots, Colts, Bengals, Broncos, and Chiefs. They're probably all going to make it.
Yeah. I wouldn't say the Bengals are definite yet.
Well, they have a 2 or 3 game lead in that division now. They're 5-2, and no one else is better than 3 and 4.
Ravens 2 and 3.
Ravens are 3 and 4.
3 and 4.
The Steelers are 2 and 5, and the Browns are floundering away.
The Steelers are going to win that division somehow.
I don't think so.
We'll see.
But that 6th seed, there's only 2 teams in the AFC right now with a winning record besides those main 5.
Chargers, Jets.
The Chargers and the Jets at 4 and 3. And the Jets' schedule gets a lot easier after these next 2 weeks.
Super easy.
They have the Bengals this week and the Saints at home next week. If they can win one of those 2 games...
Well, then after the bye, they have, I think, 7 games. Dolphins twice.
Yeah.
Bills.
They get the
Browns,
Raiders.
Browns, Raiders, Ravens, and Panthers. I think that's the
there's
7.
not a... they had this murderer's row of games.
Yeah.
The Falcons ended up being not as good as possible. They got past the Pats, and now they have the Bengals and the Saints. If they could find a way to pull out either this week or next week, they're a legitimate... I hate to say the P word, but they're a legitimate playoff contender.
Yeah.
Now, do I expect them to win either of those games? No. I do not think they will win this game this week. I have the Bengals winning probably by 14 points.
I have the Jets winning this
Of
game.
course you do. What a surprise. Jeff has the Jets winning.
Yeah.
You probably had it winning last week too, right?
That was my upset special.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
And I was right, and you
Not
would have been
surprised.
wrong. You would have said, oh...
What a shock. Jeff picked the Jets. So tell me why. Let's just right into it. That's your upset special.
That's not my upset special.
Oh, it's not your upset special?
Because I picked them last week, so I can't pick them as my upset special.
Okay, I guess they have a winning record.
Right?
It's not a real upset special.
It's a 4-3 versus a 5-2.
Can't believe Jeff picked the Jets to win.
Really?
I'm so shocked.
Is that sarcasm? I can't tell.
It might be.
I don't know. I think we've got a game. We've got a game
sarcasm?
between the Bengals aren't going to be able to run at all against the Jets. They're going to completely abandon that. So then it's going to come down to how well can the Jets stop AJ Green. It's going to come down to.
Antonio Cromartie hasn't had a good year.
He hasn't had a good year.
And especially with Reeves gone, you really need to step up into that role as top corner. He has not done it.
Do you believe in Andy Dalton?
He has back-to-back 300-yard passing
Well, that's
games.
why he's not going to do well.
Well, here's the thing.
He's Andy Dalton. He's not.
The Jets have not allowed a 300-yard passer all year. And their run defense game is superb.
Stellar, yeah.
So this will probably be a close game, probably closer than I think it will be.
I think what it is there'll be a lot of some turnovers. The Jets need to get a turnover.
Well, here's the problem with the Jets is what is happening every week. Up, down, up, down. There's a zigzaggy team, and they can never consistent enough to win 2 games in a row.
That's true.
And after the up game against the Patriots, they're gonna have the down game against Cincinnati.
I mean, we'll see.
And the Bengals are gonna win this game, not down.
I really haven't been that impressed by the Bengals. Have you?
Well, they've had a very tough schedule from what I can see. They had to play the Packers. They had to play in Chicago. They had to play the Patriots. They had to play in Detroit. They've had a lot of tough games on their schedule. And this is supposed to be one of the easier games. Is it going to be super easy? Probably not. The Jets' defense is too good to make it easy. Yeah. But I still expect the Bengals to win with relative ease.
I don't think
Let's say 10-point victory for the Bengals. 27-17. 24-14.
Jets are going to win with a Nick Folk field goal at the end of the game.
Well, they don't know how to win any other way.
Yeah, that's how they'll win. But a good game.
We'll see.
And the other good game is Cowboys.
Yeah, I like this Lions-Cowboys game just because these two teams, I don't know what to think about either one of them.
They're both the same
They're
team
very
almost,
inconsistent. Like they're close, but they're not quite a contender. Like, the Lions are very up and down. I think we know what the Lions are. A lot of offense, not a lot of defense. The Cowboys are just the best team in a terrible division.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to make the playoffs.
Probably at 8-8.
The Lions need this one a lot more than the Cowboys do.
Yeah.
The Lions playing at
the Packers are starting to roll. They're 4-2.
Packers are starting to look good.
There's opportunity now with Jay Cutler's injury for that second spot in the NFC North. And the Lions, this would be a good opportunity for the Lions to grab that spot. Because Jay Cutler's probably going to miss a month, at least.
This will be a fun game.
Oh, it'll be fun. This is one of those this is a game for fantasy owners.
Yeah.
Des Bryant, Calvin Johnson, Matt Stafford, Tony Romo.
Well, last week we had Calvin Johnson versus AJ Green.
Yeah.
Now we get. I mean, I'm gonna go with the Lions.
It seems like to me the Lions only win when Reggie Bush has a good week, and it feels like that's the key to their team is also having a running game.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if he can against the Cowboys because Sean Lee and company are very tough in the front seven.
They're very tough.
But they're also very banged up. DeMarcus Ware missed his first. I think has missed his first game in
a million years. Yeah,
it was like 6 or 7 years.
I can see this one really going either way. I'm going Lions, but it's not.
I'm going Lions just because I don't want the Cowboys more than one game over 500 the whole year. Keep them at the 8-8 range.
This is gonna come down to whoever has the ball last, and if it's the Cowboys, then the Lions will win.
Yeah,
because Tony Romo will throw a pick six. Right? You like that?
I would like to see the Cowboys down like 4. Romo driving and he gets the game-ending reception.
That would be very Tony Romo-esque.
Or like he just gets squashed by Sue and just fumbles the ball.
He'll get hurt or something.
Yeah, something will happen.
Yeah. All right, let's do lock of the week.
Lock it up. Where's the lock?
Lock it up.
Okay. So I see 2 absolute locks on the schedule. One is the Saints coming off a bye at home against Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
The other is the Green Bay Packers, because who are the Green Bay Packers facing?
Vikings.
Josh Freeman. I know this isn't a Vikings jersey. Sorry I don't have a Vikings Josh Freeman jersey.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that you're the only person in the world wearing a yellow Josh Freeman jersey today.
It is now a throwback jersey. It is now a throwback jersey.
Yeah,
first of all, this isn't even the team he's on, and after the performance last night. Look,
Bucks throwback.
I like Josh Freeman. We both picked the Bucks to make the playoffs. I was excited about the Bucks this year and Josh Freeman, and he has fallen as flat on his face as possible.
He's horrendous.
He even got a second chance on a team with the best running back in the league, and I think they said the lowest completion percentage for a quarterback in like 5 or 6 years. Completed 37% of his passes.
What's worse though is the guys were wide open, and he was just overthrowing
over their head. Even if it was like a 7 or 8 yard out, over their head.
It wasn't. I could understand if they were messing up the routes and
no,
it wasn't that. There was guys that were wide open, and he would throw it.
Okay,
and it would go way over their head.
One of my favorite images of last night is they closed up on Greg Jennings on the sideline. You can see his face. Oh man, I had Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers my whole career, and now I'm stuck with Josh Freeman. Why did I go to Minnesota? He looks so upset because he didn't realize how good he had it in Green Bay.
That team is horrendous.
It's a team that wasn't made the playoffs last year. That's the crazy part. That's a playoff team from last year. And yes, we know a lot of it because of Adrian Peterson, who isn't having the same level of season. Ran for 2,000 yards, but the fact that he's dropped off so much in 1 year, it's crazy the NFL could be like that.
You just watched that awful Monday night game. You thought, wow, the Giants are bad, and the Vikings are worse.
And the Giants made the Vikings look bad. And the Giants didn't even play that well until the
Giants
late
bad
third.
Too.
Until the first 5 minutes of the third quarter, I was like, I don't want to watch this. Like kept watching. I was like, I don't want to watch this. Both teams are just sloppy. It was a terrible game. But at the end, the Giants did not give up on the Giants defense, which is going to 30 points every week, didn't allow a defensive point to the Vikings.
They're awful.
The Vikings are terrible. Packers went easy.
I mean, lock of the week.
I'm sorry to America who has to watch the Vikings again.
I'm treating the lock of the week still how I can't pick a team that I've picked before because of the survival pool.
Okay.
I'm still in it.
Right.
And these are the teams I've picked.
Okay.
I'm going to make them come on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going Saints this week. I still have the Saints. That's an easy pick.
Easy
pick.
Yeah, obviously you use the Saints at home against a Buffalo team that, they're not as bad as most Buffalo teams are. They're 3-4 now.
Yeah, good luck against Drew Brees.
But yeah, good luck in New Orleans. That's one of those teams that don't lose at home. And they're coming off a bye, which means they've had 2 weeks to prepare for the Bills.
Lock that up, right?
Yeah.
Lock it up.
Saints win easy.
Yep. All right.
It's time for everybody's favorite segment.
Upset special time.
Okay.
I struggled this week.
So did I.
I don't even have an upset.
And I'm actually going with it. It's not a huge upset, but I am going with it. I'm picking on Thursday night this team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers,
Are
the
you
first
really?
win of the year.
See, I think the Panthers are going to crush the Bucs.
There's something about that Panthers team I don't totally like. They've only beaten bad teams, and yes, the Bucs are a bad team.
They're a really bad team.
And now they just lost Doug Martin, which makes me think this is how big of it they'll be. They'll have their backup quarterback, their backup running back, and I still think they're going to find a way to win against Carolina, because I just don't think Carolina's very good.
They have a good defense, though.
They do have a very good front seven. I like that front seven a lot. Their offensive line especially. But like they beat the Giants, they beat the Rams, and they beat another bad team. I don't remember. They lost to the Cardinals. They lost the winnable game to the Seahawks in Week 1. They scored 7 points.
So what? They're still better than the Bucs.
Yes, they're better than the Bucs, which is why this is an upset. I didn't see an upset I loved, so I'm picking the Bucs to get their first win.
All right.
Because nobody's expecting anything. Everyone's expecting, by the way, Bucs possibly to be 1-15 at this point. The players don't like the coach. They have no quarterback. They have no running back for at least for the next month. The Bucs are in complete disarray.
Doug Martin is gone. Mike James. He still has 2 first names, but he's only half as good, right? I realized that on my own, too. I was like, what is up with that?
Congratulations.
Mike James. Doug Martin. They sound like they make shoes or something, don't they?
Doug Martin sounds like a tuxedo company or something.
Yeah, what is up with that?
Aston Martin's brother, Doug.
Alright, I don't even know if any of these are upsets. Raiders over Steelers, is that an upset? Sorta.
I don't think so. They have the same amount of wins. They both have 2 wins.
Steelers are better. Falcons over Cardinals.
Like, you'd have to pick something crazy to be a real upset. And I really don't see.
I guess I'll just go with Jets over Bengals. I don't want to because it's the same one.
I consider it an upset.
It's an upset.
Do the Jets go into Cincinnati?
Yeah, that's an upset.
That's absolutely an upset. But I don't see it happening.
Well, I'll go with that. I'll go Jets over Bengals.
Of course,
I'm going the Jets again.
Go ahead.
My upset special this year, I'm actually 3-4, which isn't that bad considering that they're upsets and that I'm fairly ridiculous when I pick them.
Oh, I have one other comment. Since you're not picking against them. I believe they're playing the Jaguars this week to move to 6-2. Would you like to apologize to the San Francisco 49ers, who after they lost to the Colts were 1-2, you were celebrating the fact that I picked the Niners to not make the playoffs. They're not good. They're terrible. They've won 5 games in a row.
I still picked them to not make the playoffs.
They've won 5 games in a row, and they're playing the Jaguars.
What? So what? What does that matter?
So they're going to go from 6-2 to not making the playoffs?
Yeah, sure.
You're crazy.
Sure, they finished 9-7.
Why? What about the Jaguars?
The 49ers, how have they been
Why is it about the Niners?
Kaepernick, not impressive.
Yeah, because they went back to their roots of a running
Frank Gore is
offense.
going to be hurt in a week or two. Watch. Everybody's going now, left and right. Everybody's getting hurt. There's a hot topic for you. Mm-hmm. Everybody's getting hurt.
Everybody.
Who's the most likely to get hurt? Frank Gore and Marshawn Lynch. Those 2 guys are going
Lynch
down.
Lynch is very durable. He seems like sooner or later, right?
I mean, the defense is not as good. The 49ers.
Yeah, they've only won 4 games in a row.
Hey, who did they beat?
I'm trying to think. They beat the Titans. They crushed the Titans on Sunday.
Ooh. The Titans, they're struggling.
The Rams, who are bad.
They're good.
Well, you picked the Rams to win that game, if I remember.
So what?
Yeah, so what? So what when you're wrong?
Who else?
I don't remember them from our schedule.
Because it doesn't matter. I'll put it on the screen, but I'm sure it's nobody good.
Okay. So you're still picking the Niners to make the playoffs.
To not make the playoffs.
I want a mid-season check on that.
Okay, we'll talk about that the next week. I mean, they're obviously going to win this week.
Mm-hmm.
Though if they lose this week...
Yeah, if they lose this week.
You will never hear the end of it.
If they lost this week, it means they got mad cow disease from something they ate in London. That's the only way they're losing.
Well, it means maybe there's something crazy in London where the Jags are good there. I don't know.
Okay.
Who knows? I don't know what it's like in London, right?
Oh, boy.
London time! I don't know.
Hey, the Vikings only win was in London.
How do British people talk?
I can't
Would you like some tea and crumpets?
That's not even close.
I don't know.
I'm not good at British accents.
I'm not good at accents in general. Thank you for watching the Jeff
and the Bonch
Show.
Back next week for the mid-season special.
That's right.
Should be fun.
Fools. Check it.
Absolutely.
Goodbye, America.
Shalom.